Hello, welcome to the Foxhole. I'm Nandor Fox Shaffer, and as you can see, this is not the same setup. This isn't the extravagant setup that I usually have. Um, I apologize. I miss it. I really do miss it, but we're gonna make it work. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with my setup because previously, even though I loved what I had, it was really hard to maneuver around. Like, I couldn't use the space for anything else other than streaming, and I needed the room. I needed the room for more stuff. So, anyways, that's just a rant that just came to mind, but we can talk about that more later. Welcome to one of the most exciting streams that I get to host, that I have been waiting to host for a while. The last time I did one of these unboxing streams was last year for Manchild issue 1. And we are back. This is my unboxing stream. Unboxing, I say. Uh, a soft unboxing, a faux unboxing for Manchild issue 2. And I'm so glad to be here. Streaming, it's been a long time. I was looking at the last time I did a stream, which was for the ending, the end of the Kickstarter campaign for Manchild issue 2, and I haven't done any videos since. I haven't really done anything with YouTube since. Um, and I'll get into what I've been doing and how I've been filling my time. Even though I should be promoting more, I should be sharing out uh, everything that I'm working on. But I am. It's just not on YouTube right now, not in video form. But we'll talk about all of that. Um, if you're in the chat, if you're watching, please comment and let me know if you're watching. I'm live streaming on Facebook, live streaming on YouTube, and also Twitter. I actually had to um, subscribe to reactivate my StreamYard account um, because I uh, haven't done StreamYard in a long time. Digging in boxes. is that is that what you're doing, Ryan? What's up? What's up, Jabba? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we were digging in boxes yesterday. I don't know for everyone watching. One of my local comic book shops. Uh, he just the owner just bought over 50,000 comics, and just a ton of trade paperbacks, a ton of single issues, um, and he still doesn't have all of the single issues out, but he does have um, all of the trade paperbacks out. Uh, so I that's what you've been doing. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I'll let you guys know what I've been doing. Yeah, I've been digging through comic boxes. Um, yeah, I have been doing a lot of reorganizing. But I sure have been doing a lot of comic book hunting. I've been going to a lot of the shops in the Kansas City and St. Louis area, and I've been finding a lot of good stuff. So that is something I've been up to. I've been on more of a hunting streak than ever before. I think in my life, looking for trying to finish runs, um, and trying to see if I can get a good deal on on things. If anyone has any recommendations for the St. Louis or Kansas City area, like definitely tell me. Um, I I've been to A to Z Comics, which is I think right outside Kansas City, in Liberty, maybe. Um, and uh, I loved that place. Absolutely loved it. All of their back issues were um, like half off, which was insane. I had like this huge stack, and I thought, oh man, I'm gonna have to put some of the stuff back. And then I actually read the sign, and it said half off back issues, and my mind was blown. I couldn't believe it. I thought, whoa, like, do they do this all the time? You know? um, see, we got Bane Bear, dude. Hey, what's up? Thanks for showing up. My gosh, it's been a long time. Uh, yeah, I haven't been streaming. I haven't been doing any YouTube stuff. So thank you for showing up and uh, saying hey. It means a lot. It's always really hard to maintain a schedule when it comes to doing YouTube and doing videos, especially when you're already spending time creating. I'll just say there are people who do it way better than I ever could. Um, so like I am. I'm not saying I haven't been lazy. I definitely have. Um, but also, it's not like I haven't been working. I haven't been working hard on uh, doing the creative stuff. Yeah, been a while. How you been? I've been okay. I've been okay. I've been. I don't know, last year was a hard year for me for a lot of reasons. But this year's been better. I've had a better year this year. Stand up comedy. Oh man, no way. That's exciting, dude. Have you watched uh Crashing on HBO Max, or Max as it is now called? Um it's a show that Pete Holmes and uh Judd Apatow put together. He produced. Highly recommend it because it's about Pete Holmes acts in it, but he also stars. He stars in it, writes it. Um, it's about his journey as a stand-up comic, and it's very autobiographical to his own life. It's hilarious. It's so funny. It's so good. I don't know if you like Pete Holmes or have heard of him. I actually wasn't that aware of him. It's just a show that my brother said I should watch, and we started watching it together. And it's so good. You get to see. It's really inspiring too because with any art that you're pursuing, you have to. I'll be PG here. You have to eat crap before you can, uh, you know, be successful. It's like you have to do the dirty work. You have to get your hands dirty, and you have to just show up. Like showing up is half the battle. Thanks, man. Sometimes the journey is a destination. Feel free to quote me on that. Yeah. No, that's so true. That's so true. There are things that you start to notice. So um I I've noticed, what I have accomplished, um just like in my own creative work, and the things that you don't publicly shout out or spotlight. So, it's there's nothing to post about it, but you still are working every day. It's just incremental and day by day. Yes. I'm sure you're working hard too, Bane Bear. I'm digitally Amish. I don't have HBO, Apple TV, Hulu. Oh my goodness. I have YouTube pretty much primarily. I don't own a computer. Well, I appreciate that you don't have any of those things because my goodness, would the world be better off without them? I I know that's like very hypocritical of me because I use them, and I'm definitely I definitely say that jokingly, but there's a grain of truth in that joke because yeah, the way the world works now, even as a young guy, I'm 26. I've seen the change. I'm really thankful I didn't have all this stuff when I was growing up because I don't know. It's just like too much. It's too overwhelming. Pete Holmes did those amazing Christian Bale Batman in person. Yes. Yep. That's right. He did do those. Yeah. And he did like an X-Men one that I haven't seen in a while, but that one was really funny. I have a wide ear for other comedians' work, but I avoid mainstream as much as possible. Yeah. I don't follow that many stand-up comics. And I really love a lot of the older SNL comics mostly. Like Chris Farley and uh John Belushi and um I even like Jerry Lewis and like just like classic old fashioned comedy. I do like people like Pete Holmes and um Bill Burr and um I don't know, like Bill Maher's okay, but it just depends, like if it's a funny joke, it's funny. I guess it doesn't really matter who it comes from, but I definitely uh, don't have a lot of knowledge about the stand-up comedy world, but I've been learning through. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I've been learning a lot through that. But I hope your stand-up comedy journey is going well. Like how is that going? Let us know. And I can't imagine how hard that would be. I've like I don't know if I could ever do that. So I applaud you for putting yourself out there. You know, standing in front of people and trying to deliver lines. That'd be so difficult. Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining again. Like I said, this is my Man Child issue 2 unboxing stream. I'm here to show off what I have. I just got in um, my issues for issue 2. I got in my copies for issue 2. I got in the expedited copies. I decided it was going to take a little longer. This book took way too long to get out. I'll put that out there. And anyone who's been following the Kickstarter updates knows why. And it's just been one hurdle after the next when it comes to uh, trying to get everything right. And it just took a lot longer than we thought. And so um, I'm really happy with the final product. Like with any of my books, there are things that I would have changed. Like I could go through a list of each book I've done, and what I would have changed, like format wise or lettering wise or whatever. But it really turned out the best. I absolutely know this. Like it turned out the best it possibly could, because we put in so much work and so much time into it. Um, so uh, going back to my earlier point was I paid some extra cash up front to get expedited copies to me faster so that I could get these to the Kickstarter backers faster. So I should have a few floating around after I ship all these out, but and then I'll get the remainder of the shipment in a few weeks, um, and I'll start probably doing signings and uh, things like that around town, putting it in shops. But I'm gonna try to take care of the backers first. That's my priority. So, um, but I tried to get as many copies as I could where it wouldn't break my bank. But so, anyways, they turned out amazing, and I can't wait to show you guys. It's the most fun and the hardest thing I've ever done. Hey, that means you're doing it right. Just saying from my side, slide the mic 1 inch farther from your face. Oh, okay. I'll turn the gain down a little bit. There you go. Is that better? Let me know. I haven't streamed in a while. Um I'm like, how do I work this, you know? Am I do I have everything? All the levels right? Um yeah, hopefully that's better. Okay. Thank you. Bane Bear says better. Good. All right, we're getting some people in here. I don't want to like start showing off the books before people start showing up, so that's why I've kind of just been chilling, talking with you guys. Happy to hang out. Happy to um, just talk over what you guys have been up to, how your day is going, how everyone's Saturday is. Mine was really good, really chill. Um, had a good one, and I've been looking forward to this all day. Um, and I can't wait to show you guys Man Child issue 2. I'm actually going to show you real quick um, all the boxes I got. So I got these 5 boxes in just a couple of days ago, and I, when like I wanted to do an unboxing stream that evening, but um, there's always that little fear where I'm actually like, what if it didn't turn out right? And I'm unboxing these and I show them off and I'm like, crap, like this is not how it's supposed to look. Um, so I wanted to make sure that everything turned out right and that we could have a successful stream because and I think I've talked about this before. I probably talked about this when I was unboxing Man Child issue 1. Um, but I've seen streams where people are unboxing and it did not go well. So we're avoiding that. But I've worked with my printer for 5 or 6 years, and they've never messed up for me at all. They've been like the quality that Print Ninja does is insane. So I love working with them. But yeah, so I got all these books in. Um, this picture was taken, and um, if you guys are not already subscribed to my Substack, this is my newsletter here. Um, as you can see, that's me, and I just sent out this newsletter today. And so it's at foxholecomics.substack.com, and you can subscribe there, and that way you get all of my email updates. I'm showing off just images here of the covers and which you'll see in person or over camera. I'll walk through like the issue and talk about it. Um, but yeah, if you're not a subscriber to my Substack, please do. It's actually I have all my links in the description of the YouTube video. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll find it right there. If you're not watching on YouTube, um, you can find it. You'll probably find it in the description portion of the event that that Facebook generates. But if not, just type in Foxhole Comics Substack and on any search engine, and you'll find it. And you could put your email in there, and then you'll get all of my email updates. So um, that's one thing I wanted to talk about before I start showing off the issue. I also wanted to talk about um, a couple of my other projects that I have going on. So, let's see. Bane Bear says, "Got a nap today." Hey, I'm getting older, and I'm starting to realize why my dad took all of those naps. No, um, I'm getting. I feel myself getting more tired throughout the day than usual. So, but I've been trying to curb that through exercise and doing things throughout the day when I'm not at work. So, uh, but I'm glad a good nap does wonders. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about the projects that I have coming up that I'm really excited about. I I don't know exactly which order they're going to be coming out because it just depends on scheduling and what I want to do, and how fast I can get the artwork done with the artists that I'm working with. So, first, I want to talk about. I'm going to take that off there and share Seasons Volume 3 here. So, right now, I have a pre launch page up for Seasons Volume 3. This pre launch page is for the Kickstarter campaign, and I really haven't been sharing this around or talking about it very much because um, I wanted to get Man Child issue 2 out, and I don't want to ask people to think about my next project when I'm still currently working on a project and trying to fulfill one. So, got to get all my ducks in a row here. And after I fulfill Manchild issue 2, I'm going to be taking a long, hard look at seasons and um, figuring out the scheduling for this campaign and what I want to do with it. I wanted to put it up as early as possible so that we could get as many signups as possible. And right now we're at 52 signups, and which is great. I mean, it's great for something that I have not shared, shared around or talked about very much at all. I do have a trailer that I want to show you guys that I want to play, uh, and it just kind of like evokes the mood and might hype you guys up for it. If you're not familiar with this series, this is my first series that I started putting out as a webcomic online for free. And we've put out two volumes, myself and Anthony Gonzalez Clark. Him and I have been working on this series for 5 or 6 years, taking breaks in between, of course, not working on it all the time. But we have over 200 pages of this book out in two volumes: Seasons Volume 1 Spring and Seasons Volume 2 Summer. And I'll actually show you guys. Let me see if I can get them here. Yeah, so here's Volume 1, and here's Volume 2. And these are hardcovers. You don't see this a lot um, in indie comics. This level of quality, believe me, I've seen it, or I haven't seen it. And so yeah, we got Volume 1 and 2 here. If I can squeeze these in. And so this campaign is for Volume 3, but Volume 3, uh, Part 1. And what I mean by that is, so this next volume here uh, is going to be the biggest volume. It's going to be the longest book. It's easily over 150 pages, and I needed to break it up because there was no way I was going to be able to compile it in a hardcover volume, graphic novel, because the upfront cost for one, and then two, um, it would it would be a after volume two. It took a uh, long time for me to like for us to compile it, put it all together because it's over 100 pages and like getting it all formatted correctly and all of that stuff. And it wasn't a nightmare. It just took a lot out of me. And so I wanted to avoid the stress of that. Because, and it took a lot out of Anthony too. Doing over 100 pages and putting it out there and hoping that it funds on a crowdfunding campaign. The anxiety of it, how much work that is, uh, really wears on you. And so, with volume three, this is an opportunity to put seasons out there in a different format. And I feel like it's a perfect jumping on point for new readers. So, like, and I'm having to think about this now because I am running out of volume one. I, I think I have maybe 10 to 15 copies left. Um, Printed over like 600, like 5 to 600. And I only have like 10 or 15 left. And, um, people that want to keep up with this series, when I do this Kickstarter campaign, those volume ones are going to go, they're going to be gone. The PDFs will still be there. And I'll probably try to do like a stretch goal for like a paperback edition of volume one, a trade paperback. But uh, approaching this next part of Fletcher's journey, um, it is a good jumping on point because Fletcher is returning. Uh, Not to get into spoilers, but uh, he's he's found new footing. I'll put it that way, and so it's a new start for him. And I think that this was the right time to try to break it up so that people could see what this series is all about, and if they really like it, they can hunt for volumes one and two. Um, I still have a good amount of volume two, but yeah, volume one, since it's been out longer and been through a few campaigns that I've done, um, that'll be a lot harder to find. So, um, yeah, guys, this is my next book that I'm really excited about. And if you haven't signed up for the Kickstarter, please do. That link is in the description below of the video, and you can sign up. And I'd really like to get over 100, 150. I'd like to hit 200 followers. We're at 52 right now. Um, and I don't have a set date on when this is launching. I'm hoping to launch it in the fall of this year. Um, but initially, that's what I imagined. But I'm also working on this other project, this fantasy sci-fi project, and uh, I really want to get that out. It's really bugging me that I haven't been able to get it out because it's a one shot. And the reason why, I'll remove this real quick. Um, we're gonna watch the trailer for Volume Three here, but before we do, so this fantasy one shot that I'm working on, I had it written last year. I finished it last year, and I started working with an artist on it. Um, but just this past like a week or two ago, he left the project. And for those of you who are subscribed to my Substack, uh, you'll see that I talked about it on there, that I mentioned it. I didn't go into detail, no hard feelings or anything like that. But it really was upsetting because I had taken all this time with this artist to work on designs and to um, work on a cover and, paid some money, got all this going. And um, now this person isn't going to be doing it. And, uh, besides like wallowing in it and being like, well, crap, like this is never going to come out. I'm going to have to like put this on the back burner. Um, I decided to put it more on the forefront of my mind and go, I'm putting this out there as soon as I can. So um, there's a possibility that that project might launch before seasons. And the reason why is because of how much I'm excited about it and I really want to put it out there. But also, um, I'm really hoping to get all of my fans from Manchild and all of my fans from the Sci-Fi Project and anything else that I'm working on. I hope they enjoy my work enough so that when we get to volume 3 of Seasons, it's like, yeah, like this is the big one because Seasons really is my flagship series. It's uh my firstborn, It's like this is the series that really got me um noticed, and got me, in shops and talking with people and all the connections I've made. And so, uh, I really want Volume 3 to succeed, and I want it to, blow the blow the house down, and blow past the uh, funding goal, so that all the extra money that I get, I can just put into volume 3 even more. And heck, maybe we could even hit that number so that we can do a volume 3 hardcover and we don't have to put it out in parts. That would be awesome. It'd be a high number, but I would be so happy about that. You guys have no idea. Your channel is linked through the post I just tagged you in. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Bane Bear, for doing that. Hey Vance, what's up? Thanks for showing up, dude. I'm looking forward to seeing volume 3. Sorry I didn't respond to you guys. I was kind of on a rant there. But I hope you're still watching. Hope you're still hanging out. I'm so glad you're looking forward to volume 3. That means a lot. I'm really looking forward to volume 3. It's the darkest volume yet. It's my favorite. Um, like storytelling wise, where it takes the character, what Fletcher has to go through, what he deals with in this next volume. Um, it's you know, completely a it's an epic story. The whole series is epic, but fall is going to be something else. Just mark my words, guys. Like fall is a really, really um, earth-shattering story for Fletcher, and also very, very much about his own relationships and his family and trying to heal his old wounds. So I can't do money, but I'll digitally support. Says Bane Bear. That's okay, man. Yeah, thank you for sharing it, letting people know about it. That means a lot. I'm sure you'll do well. Thanks, man. Thank you. I hope so. I'm gonna keep pushing. Um, and so yeah, let's show. I want to show you guys the trailer for Volume 3. I put this out. Goodness, 6 months ago. It's been 6 months. Um, and I just put together this trailer. This image was drawn by Anthony Gonzalez Clark, the series artist. He did this image, the image that you saw on the pre-launch page, and the song is by Badly Drawn Boy, and they are an amazing band. And uh, there's symbolism in the song and in Seasons itself, so it worked really well, and you'll see why. The song is called "Let It Rain," and from the image, it all kind of connects there. So I'll hit play here.
Faced with the truth you don't want to believe, that a man never lived without dying. Remember the things that you wanted to be. Has a man ever failed without trying? Take my hand, walk with me, with your hand, set me free. Take my hand, walk with me through the towns of this street. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. If an action speaks louder than words that you say, well, here's to a life without meaning. Tomorrow won't happen, there's only today. Can a man truly live without dreaming? Take my hand, walk with me through the towns of this street. Take my hand, walk with me. With your hand, set me free. Let it rain, 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 let it rain. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain.
Sorry, I was muted. um, yeah, that was the trailer for uh, Seasons Volume 3. Like I said, the sign up page for Volume 3 is up right now. Please sign up if you haven't, and get notified when we launch. When those As those numbers rise, it'll just motivate me to launch this bad boy and get it out into the world. So please do that. Um, yeah, that trailer and that song is really special to me. And every time I watch it, and every time that I think about it, it makes me miss the series, and it makes me want to go back and put it out there and continue it. And I definitely want to. It's just a matter of um, getting Man-Child issue 2 out of the way, getting this fantasy sci-fi one shot out of the way, and um, who knows if I can um, get fund all these books at the same time, I might do that. I might do something like that. Bane Bear says, "Nice, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it." Vance says, "Volume 3 has the potential to be your best work yet." Yeah, it does. It does. I'm really hoping that uh, I can surprise you guys and that I can um, impress you and also make you guys feel like this journey has been worth it. That I can capitalize on everything that I've been hinting at, and that things that some people might be confused about or might not necessarily understand. I hope I can wrap some of those threads up in volume 3. I hope to do that. And um, definitely with volume 4 wraps up everything. Um, but you'll get a clearer picture of what Seasons is all about with Volume 3. It'll start all coming together. At least that's my hope, and I hope people will feel that way. All right, guys. I don't know if I should stall any longer. I've been doing this for 40 minutes, so thanks for everyone for being here, for hanging out, and let's start talking about Man Child issue 2. Let's start showing it off. I'm really excited. Like I said, I got 5 boxes in, uh, and I decided to just take out one issue of each cover and make sure everything looked right and looked perfect. And so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna start with uh, the main cover by Jay Mazar, the series artist of Man Child. He did issue 1. He did issue 2. He's on board for the entire series. This guy's been one of the best creative partners that I've ever had, and a joy to talk to. We talk a lot on the phone, and we exchange a lot of ideas together, and we always we always work really hard on making this book. Um, the best it could be, making the story the best it could be, and we go back and forth. It's been one of the most rewarding and fulfilling like relationships creatively that I've had. So uh, seeing this all come together, I know it makes him happy. It makes me really happy too. Bane Bear says, "Show me your pigs." Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll show you. I'll it, show. Don't tell. Um, So here is issue 2, guys. I'm just gonna show it off. Apologies for the glare. I tried to get the best lighting I could while I show these off, but I don't know. It's a little harder than you would think. So this is the main cover for Man Child issue 2. We got the credits up above. Uh, Nandor Fox Shaffer, Jay Mazar, and DC Hopkins. We went with a blue logo this time. The For the first issue, it was yellow. We wanted to do something different. We thought it blended well um, with the theater scene that's going on here, um, and blue felt right. And we got the little butterfly that um, is uh, meant to complete the shape of the A. And we have this robot here. This is the giant robot that Professor Pilgrim creates to fight the Monarch Crier in this issue, and this is in a theater, as you can see, and Rufus is right here, and he's watching this movie. And so the cool thing, and I've spoken about this before, um, and you see how the robot is swiping the Monarch Crier like out of the theater screen into the theater, and so this is just a very meta cover conceptually. And this book has a lot of that subtext in it too. But what that is the relation between fantasy and reality and the connection between the two. And so the entire series is about escapism, and it's about um, Rufus finding his idealized life in superhero stories and comics. And there's a scene in this story. This is how the cover idea came about. There's a scene in this story where Rufus and his buddies are going to the premiere of the superhero movie, and um, they sit down and they're ready for the movie to start. And you turn the page, and I'll show this off. You turn the page, and uh, you you pick up where you left off at the end of issue one with the Monarch Crier and Professor Pilgrim. Uh, so, because the story tells two stories at the same time, you're reading about the superhero character and Rufus. They're not in the same world. So, this cover right here encapsulates um, the series basically. In one image, you really see how uh, you have the theater screen, the idea of going to a movie, escaping, escaping the real world, and having that uh, interfere with the real world, having the fantasy element, having that escapism actually affect you. And you see how the crowd, um, it's like the 3D effect, where they're like, oh crap, you see the guy right here holding his head down, and Rufus's popcorn is like falling out, um, getting everywhere. So yeah, Bane Bear says, "Nice cover, thanks, man." Oh, we got Ichthus in the house. Hey, what is up, Total Excellence? How's it going, man? Wow, it's been a while. How have you been? I'm just showing off Manchild issue 2. We're going through each of the covers and showing off the comic itself. I'm going to go through the covers, and then we'll start to get into the interiors a little bit. I don't want to spoil it for readers, but I just want to highlight a few things and show off the book. But this is it. I mean, it turned out awesome. The We went with the same format that we had for issue one. Has a nice thick cover stock and has a matte finish. And yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. Like I was putting, it's so cool. Like you have issue one. A lot of people have issue ones out there, and they never get to issue two, or they stop at issue two or whatever. I just can't wait. Like when I got this, and I'm putting these two issues together, it's like, hey guys, you want to read issue one? Awesome. You like it? Okay. Like continue the story. Like this is a full story here. There's so much more. Um, it's just so rewarding to actually have something that you can tell people, if you like this and you want to follow it. You don't, for a year now, I've been telling people issue two is going to be coming out, and now I can just be like, you can pick up issue two right now. Anyone that I meet, um, and it's just so fulfilling to have that, because and seeing them side by side is awesome. It's like, it's so cool. Both of these covers are by Jay, and I'm just so excited about these. And um, it turned out so well. So oh no, we're not talking about issue one anymore. Um, like this says, I can't wait to read it. Have you sent out the PDF? Yes, I did send out the PDF. I sent it out a week or two ago. Check your Kickstarter inbox. If you did not get it, let me know and I'll send it to you. But it should be in your Kickstarter inbox. I sent out messages to anyone with a Google Drive link. Um, so check that for me. and hopefully you got it because um, I did the um, I tried to get everyone. I thought I got everyone, so I hope I got you. Vance says, I like the idea of the different color titles. Yeah. That's something I wanted to do. And that's something that you see in a lot of comics, superhero comics, especially Silver Age books. We went with yellow for issue one. We did blue for issue two. And for issue three, I'm not sure yet. I guess it depends on the cover, really, and how we can match it. But I really like changing up the cover titles, and you'll also see something we did. So here, the credits page here, we went with the blue and kind of, I don't know, almost purplish, but more of like an indigo. And with issue one, it was the orange and yellow. So what's going to be cool is with every issue, um, we'll we'll definitely keep to this. I really like how all this turned out, and it's the same image of Rufus at his computer, but we just changed the color palette for all the lettering, and it turned out really well. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Jay comes up with for the cover and for issue three. And when we have all six issues out, I can't wait to see all the different colors and how they look. Number 3 should be magenta, obviously. Really? Okay. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Um, yeah, I was thinking I thought of magenta, I thought maybe green, or red, maybe. Um, yeah, like s s one of those. Something, that like I said, I guess it really depends on the image and how we can make the cover work with the logo and the logo work with the cover. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yes. Yellow, blue, yeah, okay. CMYK. Yep, magenta. Um, so yeah, this is the main cover here, and on the back, I got all my books, my little ad. There are no ads in this comic except the back, the back cover. Um, and this is something I wanted to do. To let everyone know when they finish the book, or if they're curious to know what else I've done, they can just um, look here, and it says available to purchase on Amazon and Gumroad. It has my contact info, my Substack, all that stuff, um, and all the books I've done. So it's awesome to see, how far I've come, and see all the books I've been able to put out. Um, and there'll be more. There's going to be more. I think by next year, by the end of next year, I should have three more books out. That's my goal. I'd really like to have three more, so I'll have 8 books by the end of next year. We'll see if I can do that. Um, I'm really hoping that I can um, fulfill that for everyone and get all of these books out. Man Child issue 3, my sci-fi fantasy one shot, and Seasons Volume 3 Seasons Volume 3 Part 1. Hey Larry, what's up? I don't know what you're trying to say. But how's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying uh saying hey. Yeah, what's up? We got Ichthus, we got Niobe, Larry. Um Ryan says, "Gotta run. Looks good, man. Can't wait to read it." Ah, thanks, man. Thanks for stopping by. I can't wait for you to read it. I don't know if you've read issue one yet, but um, I hope you enjoyed it. And I know people that I know that people that enjoyed issue one, you're gonna love issue two. Issue two is probably the funniest thing I've written in terms of the interactions that the characters have and the dialogue and stuff. So um, I actually my girlfriend was reading it when I got these, and she laughed multiple times throughout reading it. So that made me really happy because you're like, you want your jokes to land, just like Bane Bear, like with his stand up comedy. If your jokes don't land, people are going to remember. People are going to remember that you're not that funny. So I'm hoping people think this book is funny. It's meant to be. It is a drama, but it's a dramedy at the same time. So um, you guys, should enjoy it. Niobu is my way of saying hello. Oh, okay. Well, hello, hello. I will remember that. Thanks for stopping by, man. Congratulations on Savage Sin and your cosplay Niobe campaign. Everything you've been doing, Larry. I've been taking notes, man. And uh, I'm I wish I could join on your streams more and talk more. It's something that I'd really like to do. Um, and I just haven't had the ability to. I've been trying to rearrange my setup, trying to figure out what I want to do with promotion. I was on a good streak there for a while, and then I moved, and I had to get everything moved around, and it just became more of a hassle than I thought it would be. Um, but I would like to start doing streams more. Bane Bear says nothing is worse than bombing on stage, just like there's no better rush than making that same room crack up laughing 30 seconds later. Yeah, that I can't imagine that rush, dude. That would be insane. Um, but yeah, like I mean, what do you do when you bomb? It's like I think you gotta move on to the next joke. Like you just gotta like put that out of your mind. But I can't imagine what it's like. Come on anytime you want, brother. Thanks, dude. Thanks, Larry. I really appreciate it. I'll take you up on that for sure. As I get ready for Seasons Volume 3 and the sci-fi fantasy book that I have, um, I'll definitely be doing more streams and talking to more people and trying to spread the news, spread the Foxhole comics gospel. Hope you'll be hopping back on your newsletter. I've been enjoying reading them and updates. Yeah, I'm still doing the newsletter on a monthly basis. So every month, I've been putting out a newsletter where I share what I've been reading, what I've been watching, what I've been up to, what I've been writing. Uh, so um, a lot of my updating has been going into my newsletter and trying to make that a source where people can still connect with me even though I haven't been doing YouTube videos. Um, like I said, I want to get back to it. I want to get back to YouTube. I've thought about maybe instead of seeing my face all the time, just doing voiceover work uh, and covering certain topics. But I still want to go back to my Art of Writing Comics series that I started a long time ago, where I go through the issues and um, the comic book issues, and I talk about them and kind of have a more analytical, critical view of the writing process and how it all works. Um, I miss doing those, but we'll see. All right, guys. So that was the main cover for issue 2 of Man Child, excuse me, by Jay Mazar. And this next one is maybe my favorite cover of anything I've done. It's up there. I'll say that. And it is by Jim Rugg. If any of you guys watch Cartoonist Kayfabe, he also just got done doing the Hulk Grand Design series for Marvel, and uh, him and Ed Piskor have the Cartoonist Kayfabe YouTube channel, where they basically do what I was talking about, except they do a much better job than me when it comes to covering comics and talking about the art form. They come from more like artist perspective more than a writing perspective, but they have a lot of great info and they're amazing guys. And like subscribe to that YouTube channel. You have to do that. It's a great resource to hear these two artists talk about comics, and they interview all the creators, Liefeld and Scott McCloud and um, Frank Quitely and a lot of the like best artists in the industry, and writers too. So this is the Jim Rugg variant cover. You see the Monarch Crier on the bottom there as he leaps towards the giant robot that is marching towards him. And yeah, Jim Rugg did all of this. He did the pencils, inks, lettering, coloring. He did it all, and it turned out awesome. I'm so happy with this cover. This is one of my favorite covers, and uh, I've talked about it a lot. I talked about it all the time when I was doing the campaign for issue 2, and just the scale of this and how detailed it is, um, like with the hands. You can see all the rotors and the water. The way he did the water splashing around. It's so menacing. Like you're like, how is this butterfly gonna fight this giant robot? It's crazy. Um, and it's so cool to see it come to life. It's so awesome when you're writing and Jay. We worked on the design together, Jay and I, but this is mainly Jay's design. Like, um, he he came up with such a cool um, Kirby-esque design for this robot, and I really give him all the credit for making it look as cool. And then Jim Rugg taking that design and like making it into something, even cooler than I thought was possible. When I'm writing it, I'm just like this, um, gigantic, mountainous robot emerges from the ocean like a deep sea creature. And, in my head, I have a few different ideas of what I want it to look like. And I wrote those down in the script and talked to Jay about it. But seeing it like this, it you know, my imagination doesn't do it justice. All right, the next cover is by Marco Rudy, and this is 100% traditionally painted. This is a painted cover by Marco Rudy. He worked on the Winter Soldier series with uh, Alesh Kott, and he also worked on some Superman and Batman, some Swamp Thing with Scott Snyder. Um, he did some amazing work with Marvel and DC, and he just put out his own fantasy book over on Kickstarter called RDW, a Tale of Lost Fantasy, I believe is what it's called. And this is the Monarch Crier uh, shouting at the waves using his voice amplification device. And his wings are lit like on fire behind him. So those are his wings. And Marco Rudy is known for how like abstract he can be with his painting style, and it it it's so different. It's so different from any of the other covers, and he's always been one of my favorite artists. If you guys ever want to find his work, like I said, he did a Winter Soldier book with um, Alice Cott, and then he did a New Avengers annual that with Doctor Strange that was insane. That made me a fan of his for life. He also did a Marvel Knights Spider-Man limited series. Um, but yeah, so this is Marco Rudy. This is his work here, and it's beautiful. All right, the last cover. Now this last cover here, I think you'll like this one, Larry, a lot. Um, maybe not. But it's I wasn't gonna do a cover of this, actually. It was just gonna be an art print that was gonna be, an add-on to the campaign, um, but people started messaging me. People started saying, "Hey, can I buy that Flops variant?" So Flops is the comic book artist, and I love his work so much. He's so good. He draws women beautifully. He draws, like, one of the best, female, um, capturing the female form, and one of the best artists to do that. And I just love his stuff so much. And he also has this retro style. And I thought, oh man, like this is perfect for man child. Um, but I didn't want to do a cover because this book isn't really like it's mature, but uh, it's not like erotic or anything like that, in any way. It's a very down to earth, um, like wholesome story, but there's some mature content in it that is supposed to contrast the innocence of the superhero world. I really wanted to go to the extreme on both with on both stories, but do it tastefully. And so that's something I really want to do with the series. And so like I don't want to do like nude covers or anything like that. That's just not it's not what this book is about. I didn't want to do that, but I wanted to do something that again plays into the male fantasy and plays into that escapism and that fantasy idea um, of we all want that idealized form, and whether that be your own physique where you want to be a superhero, you want to like have it all, the chiseled chin and a six pack and all that stuff, or you want that perfect woman, that perfect girl who looks 10 out of 10 supermodel. Anyways, um that that all goes to say I got people who wanted this as a cover, and I thought about doing like an Indiegogo campaign where this is a cover, but as I was getting everything put together and ready, I thought this just needs to be a cover. Like, there won't be a lot of them out there, but I wanted to see it as a cover too. I was like, this would actually be pretty cool. So here it is. This is the cover by Flops, and Flops did all of this. Foxhole Comics proudly presents Manchild, an amazing brand new tale for the ages. We have Rufus walking in on Joanne, who is George Jeffries, the Monarch Crier's fiance. And Rufus walks in and he says, I can't believe this. And she says, my hero, where could he be? As she clutches the Monarch Crier costume. And it says a damsel in dire need, and so it's definitely a spicy cover. That's what I call it, flop spicy cover. But um, it's really well done. It's a beautiful cover, and I love what he was able to do with it. And I love like the noir touch to it. You can see like the window, the blinds, how the lighting like hits her face, and um, it all works really well. I really like the man-child lettering. and it's a beautiful cover. So, this was not available uh, in the Kickstarter campaign. This is something I kind of did on a whim, and something I just wanted, but it will be available in stores and when I do signings and stuff. So if you back the Kickstarter and you want this cover, just message me, let me know, and I'll add it to your order when I send it out. We can work something out. Um, but yeah, I really love how it turned out, and I think it's also funny. He's like, I can't believe this. He's walking on this beautiful woman, and she's looking for her hero, which is the monarch crier. So I really really like that cover. I like all the covers so much. I like the '70s magazine style. Vance says, yeah, exactly. It totally has that pulpy um, aesthetic to it, and that's something I want Man-Child to do more of. And I actually there's a few new characters that are going to be popping up in the series that I think I'm going to hire flops again and do another cover. But we'll see. I like to uh, all of the artists I used for issue 2 for the covers did not do a cover for issue 1. So I'd kind of like to keep that up. I would like to keep that tradition going of finding new artists, new people that haven't done a cover for Manchild. But I think as I get to the later issues, I'm going to have returning artists come back and do a cover, uh, just because you know uh, they worked with me once, and I would love to see their work again on the book. And I thought about doing like for the final issue, maybe like all the artists do a cover or like a greatest hits type of thing, like the artists that did the best for each issue in terms of sales, like I have them do a cover. We'll see. It just depends on who's available and if their commissions are open and all that kind of stuff. But I would love Flops to do another cover. I would love Jim Rugg to do another cover. Um, I've been talking with one artist in particular who I won't name because I don't want to jinx it, but um, I'm hoping to get him for issue 3. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So yeah, let me. That was all the covers. Let me know, guys, which one's your favorite. If you backed it, um, which cover did you get, and um, which cover do you want? So all of these are for issue 2, and then so those are the variants, and then this is the main cover for issue 2. And um, all the interiors are the same. Uh, we have the credits here, and we have this first page. So this first page in particular, um, I want to spend just a second on it because um, when you open up this book, you're going to be surprised what you're reading about here because this is a late night talk show host actually um, giving comics the side eye. And he's talking about Stu Leeds and his legacy and um, the legacy he's left, and how it starts out by the guy saying how Stu Leeds has um, uh, basically kept everyone uh, from maturing and infantilized, the masses, basically. And uh, I really hope people will read this portion of the book um, and think about what he's saying, really contemplate it and think about it, but also um, realize that they're reading about this. They're reading about how comics uh, you know, are not deep reflections on the human condition. They're reading this guy talk about that as they're reading a comic. So there's irony there, and I hope people will pick up on that. That's the one like behind the scenes thing that I'll mention here. I don't want to like give it all away before you read it. I'd love to answer questions that people have after the fact, but that's one of my favorite aspects of the second issue. Just from the get go, you're like, man, this guy really doesn't like comics. And I hope you guys don't think that's me, but I just think it's a really interesting way to get your reader to start thinking about what comics can have done and what they have accomplished and how they're an art form on their own. And we open up and there's this huge splash page with Rufus and the gang outside the theater, and it's the Baxter Theater, which is a little callback to the Baxter Building. There's a couple of, I guess not a callback, a Easter egg, um, a little tip of the hat, a wink to um, Marvel Comics and to, and there's three in particular. So, um, if you can find them all, let me know because when you read them. But there are three Easter eggs in this book, and you guys who are huge comics fans will you'll notice them. You should see them, but um, maybe not. You know, we'll see. I might even have other ones in here that I forgot about since it's been a while since I've read it or written it. I mean, I love the interiors. Thanks, Ictus. Yeah, Jay's an awesome artist. He knocked it out of the park with this issue. Here we go. Yeah, and this sequence right here on this page, again, this is like the wish fulfillment idea of Rufus, wanting to um, get this guy away from this girl and hold her in his arms. And this scene right here, the green eye, uh, that's a little. It's another Easter egg to like, or tip of the hat to the Incredible Hulk, like the Bill Bixby show, and how Rufus is not transforming into the Hulk. He's transforming into this masculine, you know, uh, just heartthrob. So um, I wanted to take that idea and turn it around and use it for Rufus and uh, his own selfish desires there to he can prove himself basically, and he kisses the girl, but of course it's all a fantasy, and but it's all in his mind, but it speaks volumes to like how he sees himself. Masculine Fabio, yeah, yeah, that's it. That's perfect. So yeah, I love this page so much. This one. All right, yeah. So this is something that you cannot accomplish in digital comics. That's why I love comic books and the physical comic. It's the page turn. But so you have Rufus and his friends all seated waiting. And I intentionally wrote the script this way so that the page turn falls on what we're about to see, and you have them ready for the movie to start, and the projection turns on, and then you turn the page. You're ready to see the movie, and we're back with the Monarch Crier. We enter the Monarch Crier's world. So, um, little trick, guys. If you're making comics, you're thinking about ways to do transitions. The page turn is the way to go, um, and I love how it turned out. It really was effective. That's quite the glow up from Rufus. Yeah, it is. It sure is. This is one of my favorite, still one of my all time favorite panels that Jay's ever done in both of the books. Look at that. Look at that action. Look at that excitement. I love the crash, boom, pow. Getting back to the Adam West years. I would love to color some of the pages for Manchild to do my own take on it. Really? Wow. Well, that's awesome, man. I will. I'll talk to Jay, and we can send you. Maybe we can send you the inks, and you can mess around with it just for fun. That'd be pretty cool. I'll talk to him about that. That's so awesome. Thanks, man. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll show it again. Yeah, and are you guys ready for the two-page splash? Oh my gosh. Like when I saw it, um it it got my heart beating a little fast. All right. You ready? Woo! Look at that, guys. Look how awesome that is. It looks insane in person. I keep telling people that it looks insane in person, but it really does. I mean, you really get the sense of scale in the physical edition. Yeah, yeah, it turned out so good, and I'm really, I'm really happy. I know this is like not to toot my own horn, but like I'm really happy with the amount of colorful words I was able to use in this issue, and the adjectives and the excitement and um, how descriptive everything is. Um, I feel like I was able to um, more so than issue one. With issue two, I was able to really capture Stan's voice and capture that 60s, 70s Silver Age. Over the top uh, nature of the way comic books were written back then. And like, I'll just read a portion of it just so you guys understand what I'm saying. Um, so, with this two-page splash here, and you see the robot emerging from the ocean. From the dark ocean depths emerges a mountainous force of incalculable magnitude, the likes of which the monarch crier has never been up against. A mechanical creature that could have only been birthed from the twisted mind of Professor Pilgrim himself. As the vestiges of moisture stream down its intimidating frame, rotors whine, gears turn, wires course with power, and its sensors demand one irrefutable action: attack. It's like I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud of how smooth that was. And it's even smoother when you're reading it. Um, but I never really talk about my writing that much. I don't like to um, talk about it because it's very personal to me, and um, but I really enjoyed writing this section and writing this part and writing this fight that he has with the robot. And initially this actually wasn't a two-page splash. I think it was just a one-page splash. But Jay wanted to do a two-pager, and uh, I didn't want to do it because Silver Age Comics never did that. They never had a two-page splash, but I thought we can break a couple rules here. Like I mean, who's keeping score or whatever. And it really made room for everything. And I really like how it turned out. And then Monarch Crier's like, the madman has no bounds, no mercy for a soul in agony. He has prepared for every possibility. Now I am cornered. It's just, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. They walk out of the theater and they're disappointed with the movie. Have you ever seen a movie and been really disappointed? Especially a superhero movie you were really looking forward to? If you have, tell me which one that was, because I have a couple. Olivia from issue 1 shows up again. So, spoilers. But uh, she does return in this issue. And it's like, what can I show? Got Rufus and his friends all um, driving around after the movie's over, talking. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna show. I don't wanna spoil it for people that are gonna read it. I don't want them to know how it ends or what the cliffhanger is. There's a cliffhanger in this book, so cannot spoil that. Uh, Ichthus says that giant robot design is so much fun. Splash page is so amazing. Woo! Yeah. I wish I could be like high energy. But I'm a pretty chill guy. But yeah, it makes me really happy. I love that splash. Do you ever plan on doing an anthology for Manchild? Hmm. I haven't thought about that before. But if um if you wanted to do one and you knew other people that wanted to do one, that wanted to contribute to one, um, I would love to write more man-child stories. Uh, I would love to do that. So, uh, I don't know. Like, if anyone else expresses interest, if anyone else watching this would want to be a part of a man-child anthology, um, let me know because I would be really interested in doing that. It'd be a lot of fun for me, and we could do like crazy superhero stories with Monarch Crier or any of the other characters that are going to be introduced, or we could do more like down to earth, like comedic stuff with Rufus. We could do whatever we wanted to do with it, and so there's a lot of room there for sure. But thank you for asking because I'm glad you're interested. So yeah, Ichthus says, responding to my question about walking out of a movie. Yes, I can relate. Zack Snyder's Superman. The whole time of the movie, I was wondering when will Superman will punch somebody. The ending brings a poor taste of my thoughts on the character. Mm, yeah. Yep. You're talking about Man of Steel. I'm guessing. A lot of people disliked Man of Steel. I didn't walk out on it. I know a few people who did. uh, I, you know, it's sad about the Snyderverse in one respect because I feel like there's a lot of potential there for the characters, for them to grow, and for them to change and to learn. Um, and unfortunately, it just kind of got to a point where there wasn't a plan. It didn't feel like there was a plan. It felt like it was Zack Snyder's universe rather than a DC cinematic universe. With Marvel, they had this vision, but they were able to work with other creators and bring it all together. And I think with Zack Snyder's um, work, it if he wasn't involved, it wouldn't mesh well. And so I, you know, I liked Man of Steel. I hope that doesn't offend you. I liked it, but I I kind of liked it because I was more excited about the potential of what else they could do with the character, and how they could make the character grow, and Henry Cavill had the look and everything. But um, I don't know. It's a conversation to have for sure. It's one that I would love to have, like back and forth rather than like over chat, uh, because I don't want anything I say to get like taken out of context or not understood, misunderstood. But um, I had that feeling with Iron Man 3, where I wanted to walk out because of what they did to the Mandarin, and making him a joke. Um, was very upset about that. I actually wrote Marvel a letter. Granted, I was how old was I? 15, 16. Um, but I was so upset. I was so upset with that movie, and um, I still have a hard time watching Iron Man 3. I know a lot of people like it though. A lot of people say it's like their favorite Iron Man movie, and it sends chills down my spine when I hear that. But it's okay. Everyone has different tastes, different expectations. Yeah, there's Iron Man 3. I wasn't the biggest fan of Endgame. Um, that movie was a little disappointing to me, but especially coming off Infinity War. Have any of you guys seen Spider Verse? Um, have any of you got I don't if anyone hasn't, let us know. I don't want to spoil it, but as we wrap up here, if anyone's seen Spider Verse or has any thoughts on it, across the Spider Verse, let me know. I had a. I'll talk about this just because it's very funny. Ictus says, "No, it doesn't. Henry Cavill has a look of Superman and the physique. I love the character. I still have the plush from Bruce Timm Superman animated series that introduced me to him." Oh, that's so cool, dude! I love the Bruce Timm Superman animated series. I love the Bruce Timm Batman. I love Batman Beyond. All of that stuff. I loved the Superman Batman animated movie that they did, that Bruce Timm did. Um, that's a big part of my childhood, a big part of my love for superheroes, Justice League Unlimited, all that stuff. Classic Superman movies is Hollywood magic by the time making of the film. Yeah, yeah, it does have that magic. I saw actually the Christopher Reeve Superman uh, came out in 4K, like a box set. Um, so I really want to get that. I really want to rewatch those. I love the classic Superman movies. Um, I'll be watching Spider Verse. Ichthus is talking about here tomorrow with my friends. Cool, awesome. Well, let me know what you think, dude. Put your thoughts out there on social media or message me and let me know. Uh, I won't talk about the movie because I don't want to spoil it. But I will talk about the theater experience. It was one of the worst theater experiences I've had. um, and not because of the movie at all. Movie was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Uh, I don't know if I'd say I loved it, but anyways, that's besides the point. Um, so my friend and I, and he can attest to this. Um, and uh, I so my friend and I, we were watching the movie, and behind us there's this little kid, this family, and the kid will not stop talking, and the parents aren't really doing anything. Uh, it didn't bother me a whole lot. It bothered my friend a lot. It was really getting on his nerves. He even tried to shush the kid a few times. um, but I was just kind of letting it roll. I was like, I can zone this out. But what I could not zone out was the guy who was next seated next to my friend. So I'm here, my friend's here, and then the guy um, even more to my left, 2 seats down. I don't know what he was doing, but I'm very curious to know what he was doing, and I wanted to ask him what he was doing because I couldn't understand what he was doing. So he this is gonna sound so weird, and I'm not making this up. Um, Bane Bear, if you're still watching this, like use this in a skit, like, like, or I'm gonna use it in a story. Um, he was blowing his fingers, like blowing, like he was like cooling them off, like how you would be like, he was doing that like every 30 seconds. So like we're watching the movie and it got worse as the movie went. Like I didn't really notice it. He wouldn't do it all the time. And then like in the last 30 minutes to 40 minutes of the movie, he would just like blow on his fingers like and I don't know why. And I swear I am not making this up. I have a witness. My friend was there with me. He will back me up on this. We kept looking at each other going, "What is he doing? What is going on?" Um, and it was hilarious. Like it really was. Um, but it was so annoying. And I told my friend, I said, "Hey man, like why don't you there's a seat next to me that was free. I said, why don't you sit over here? That way, at least you're away from that. Because if I was seated right next to the guy, I would be like, okay, I'm moving, or you got to tell me what you're doing because this is so rude, so annoying. But yeah, you know, just people people ruin things for other people. It happens. But it didn't really ruin the entire movie. I was still able to enjoy, I'd say like 75% of it, 80%. The remaining 20% was all of the other stuff going on. But um, yeah, that's my little Nandor's foxhole tales for the evening. It was not fun. I've had had a few bad theater experiences, and not just because of the movie, um, but because of the people, and it made me go, "Wow, maybe I don't want to, maybe I don't want to go to the movie theater anymore." um, no, I still love going to the theater. When I saw Guardians 3, had no problems at all. That was such a good theater experience. I cried 3 times. It was an amazing film. Um, so yeah, as we wrap up, I'll just take a few more minutes here. I want to thank everyone for showing up. I'm gonna have Manchild issue 2 uh, on my Gumroad store and online for people to buy. After I ship out all of these rewards to Kickstarter backers, I'm gonna be shipping them out um, over the next couple of weeks. I guess packing them up really. I'm gonna be packing them up over the next couple of weeks, shipping them out afterwards. I should have most of them out by the end of June, into July at the latest. I have to kind of spread it out a little bit, but um, all of your guys' packages will be out soon. I'm still waiting on some sketches. I'm still waiting on some prints, and those should be to me. Those should get to me pretty soon. So it'll take a little bit of time, but not too much time at all. The important thing is that the books are here. That I'm going to be packing them up and I'm going to be shipping them to you guys, and you should be getting them very soon. I'd say by the end of the month or July, mid July at the latest, I would think. So we'll get all these packed up and sent away pretty soon. Um, Now I am curious of the dude blowing his fingertips. Yeah. Yeah, what is that? I just wanted to like shake him and be like, what are you doing? What is it? Like I've never is this like a nervous tick? Like is there something wrong? Um I didn't get it. It was so weird. Um so at the top of the show, I mentioned how I haven't been doing videos. I haven't been doing YouTube, partly because of my setup. I don't know if you guys remember, I had a pretty awesome setup. I had my Captain America shield behind me, and I had my bookshelves and my books on the table and all of that stuff. Um, and at the top of the show, I mentioned how it didn't allow the room any space to do anything in except stream, except do videos. And I think I might go back to that if I start seeing a lot more people, show up and it being more um, successful. I guess like in terms of seeing the reward, the benefit of it. But I still want to do these streams. I still want to talk with everyone and show off what I'm working on. And I know when I get to volume 3 of seasons with Anthony, I would love to do live streams, do art live streams with him. Uh, so that's something that I've been thinking about doing. But uh, in the meantime, what I have been doing is the Substack newsletter. So, uh, like I said, if you guys haven't subscribed to my newsletter, please do that. Substack, it's foxholecomics.substack.com. Uh, Make sure I got that right. Yep, it's on the back of Man Child Issue 2. um, and So please put in your email. You'll get email updates from me on what I'm working on, what I'm reading, Um, and also, if you guys have anything you want me to do on YouTube, like video ideas or things you want me to talk about, if you want me to do Star Wars news or movie news or opinions on different comics coming out, comic news, any of that stuff, let me know. I'd love to hear your guys' ideas and what you would like from me, what I can offer. But I wanted to pull out the stack of books that I have been reading. So, like, when someone asks me, "So, what have you been up to?" Why no videos, or why, not a whole lot of social media presence? This is why. I've been reading a lot. And I have read all of these books this year already, on writing and comic book making, and trying to become a better creator, and thinking about comics in different ways. So that's what I've been up to. I've been trying to uh, improve myself and improve my craft, and my storytelling ability, and learn. I really want to learn from other creators. Um, and I read a screenplay by Paul Schrader. Read The Elements of Style. This is a great book, to learn about how not to use needless words, omit needless words, and when it comes to grammar. And it's a very thin book, but so much information in this. I read that. Read Stephen King's On Writing. Read Becoming a Writer, Staying a Writer by J. Michael Straczynski. Making Comics by Scott McCloud. Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. Make Comics Like the Pros by Greg Pak and Fred Van Lente. And Words for Pictures by Brian Michael Bendis. So I've been accumulating these books for a while, and I've read parts of them throughout the years, but never cover to cover. And since I wasn't making YouTube videos, and I wasn't spending my time elsewhere, uh, I wanted to start learning more about how to become a better writer. Um, what are some tips and tricks and things that other writers do? Uh, what makes comics, what works in comics? What actually works in comics? And um, how can you uh, get out of your own way to make the best comic possible? Because I look at the comics I've made, and I love them. I love them so much, but I always want my next comic to be better. So I've been trying to improve myself, and improve myself as a writer and as a creator, and to learn more about what it means to be a writer. Um, Now, this is not a substitute for writing, and that's something I've been guilty of. I haven't been writing a lot either, but I just started up again. I just started up again. I have had this idea in my head for a while, and um, what happened was, finally, um, the idea told me, you gotta write me. You can't. You got to stop reading about writing, and reading about the craft, and start doing the craft. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't. I had to get my notebook, and I had to start writing down ideas, and I had to start thinking of things. And it's only been in the last week, but I've made some good progress when it comes to some world building, some ideas, some themes, all that kind of stuff. And these books have rejuvenated me, and have made me think about comics. Also, there's another one I missed. Alan Moore's writing for comics. I read that too. I knew there was one more. So there's been like 9 or 10 books I've read just this year about writing and about uh, making comics. And so I hope it shows. I hope it shows in my next books that I work on and the next stories that I come up with. Uh, I've been writing notes down. I've been uh, thinking of ways to approach a page and approach dialogue, character designs, all that kind of stuff. So I was trying to expand my mind, and I want to encourage people to do that. You know, I feel guilty for not writing every day, but I think it was. I think sometimes you get in your own way, you get ahead of yourself, and you need to step back and uh, not always take the shortcuts you usually take and think outside the box. You definitely need to trust your instincts, but um, put the pen down and r- rediscover what you love about storytelling and rediscover the medium in a way so that the next story you come up with you can avoid the mistakes you made before, whether it's overriding um, too many complicated ideas or concepts, in one story or one page. You know how to mold it in a marketable idea as well. So things like that. Um, I've been trying to think on more, but yeah, I recommend. Um, Out of all of these books, the ones I would recommend the most would be the two Scott McCloud ones, Understanding Comics and Making Comics. If that's what you're doing, if you're making comics, if you just want to be a writer, um, the Becoming a Writer, Staying a Writer, and On Writing. Um, so, Becoming a Writer, Staying a Writer by Straczynski, and On Writing by Stephen King. Those are the books I would recommend. The Bendis book is really great on the business side of things, and so all of these I've learned so much from. But um, yeah, there's some really good material here, and um, I have more. I'm looking at them right now. I have more books I want to read on writing, but I decided I need to write. I need to get going on that. And um, like I said, I couldn't go a day without it. I had to do it. So every day now I've been writing, trying to open up my notebook and think about the story that I have in mind. Um, Meanwhile, I'm also, working on Man Child, and uh, also working with artists, and social media, all that kind of stuff. Doing posts, trying to set up signings. I plan on having a release party for Man Child issue 2. So that's going to be fun. It'll be in August is the plan. So we'll see what happens. But um, I think I'll end it here. I hope everyone's had a good time. I really thank everyone for stopping by and hanging out with me, um, and letting me show off Man Child issue 2. I'm so excited to finally have Man Child issue 2 out. Show you guys the covers once more. And I'm so proud of this book. It turned out beautifully. Turned out wonderful. I'm so excited. And I love all the covers. I love what Jay did with the interiors. I love the story. I think it's going to make a lot of people smile, a lot of people laugh, and again, bring up more questions about this universe and how this world works and what the connection between Rufus and the Monarch Crier story is. Um, Pay attention. It's what I want people to do. Pay attention to my stories. If you have a question, it already might be answered. You just gotta pay attention to um, the story I'm trying to tell, and hopefully you'll catch it. And we'll see. There's a blatant connection in issue two between the Monarch Crier and Rufus, and um, I wonder if you guys will pick up on it. So we'll see. But anyways, I'll leave it at there. Leave it at that, and we'll wrap this up. I want to thank everyone again for stopping by, hanging out with me. This has been the Man Child issue two unboxing stream. I'm so happy to have this book. I'm so proud of it, and I'm happy you guys stopped by. Um, Again, apologies for the setup and the lighting. I tried to get it as good as I could, but hope you guys have a great night. And please follow me on social media, subscribe to my Substack, um, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And just be on the lookout for new updates, new artwork, new things I'm working on. And I'm excited for hanging out and you know, talking with people at signings, and hopefully doing more live streams, and we'll see what happens. But I just thank you guys so much for everything that you've given me, and all the backers and all that stuff. Ichthus says it was awesome catching up and seeing your update and progress on your projects, man. Thank you. More to come, more to come. Like I said, I hope to have 3 more books out um, by the end of next year. We'll see how that goes. I can't wait for more content from you. Thanks, man. Thank you. I hope to give it, hope to share it. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, everyone, have a good night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll see you soon.